the genius of the whole. No matter how long you spend climbing out, you can still fall back down in an instant.
On average, men are more visual than women. This gotta be the most believed and repeated nonsense. I mean, I see this line repeated even by a lot of yous. I am not talking about the general public or the manosphere, but even in this part of the town. You will see guys saying this unironically. Oh, men on average are more visual than women. This gotta be addressed. Because this is basically the underlying thought, weakness at the fundamental level that leads to further mistakes. Now, Abba and Preach made this video a couple days ago where they were talking about some obese, forever alone woman, or rather self-identified lonely woman, to be more accurate. And all they criticize her for is her weight and not her standards. By doing so, they are basically reinforcing the idea that men are visual pigs, right? But the same group loves to talk about that never give up guy. Because it fits their agenda. His story fits their agenda perfectly. He's the poster child for every gaslighter. NPCs love his example. Oh, he didn't give up. He just improved his personality and found a girlfriend. Even someone as ugly as him, because women are not as visual as men.
Like having content shoved down my throat of how some women are treated by the men in their lives and how valued they actually are, and knowing that no man in my life has ever actually liked me, like at all, and has never valued me, literally at all.
Guys, I want you to understand this. She's not lying here. Yes, she's not lying. In her mind, she believes that 100%, 1000%. But that is mainly because the average oofy doofy doesn't even register in women's brains as a sexual entity. They don't even consider them as, men. If her looks match made a move on her, she would be severely offended. If some obese, balding dude with jacked up teeth made a move on her, she would be offended. Her looks match is Hamoudi. She should be dating someone like Hamoudi in reality. But she would likely call the National Guard, the Special Forces, if Hamoudi even tried to talk to her, even tried to say hi to her. I mean, guys, does it sound reasonable to you that she literally has zero options? Come on, man.
And my self-confidence and my journey with that has been a journey, and I'm the most confident I've ever been in my life. So I don't really put up or accept men who treat me like dog shit anymore. But then that just leaves me having no interactions with men at all.
Can you imagine if a balding, ugly, and obese man said that? They would roast the hell out of him. Abba and Preach would be on his ass immediately for being delusional.
I don't think people really understand it unless they've been in this exact position themselves. And also the fact that my connection has to come from friends and family. Whereas those friends and family already have partners, and then they get their connection from them. And then I get the leftovers.
Just as predicted. Her options gotta come from her connections and family. So she ain't on any dating apps. When the vast majority of couples meet online these days, limits herself with her social connections, then complains about leftovers, aka sub-8 man. What leftover man? Who are you to call other people leftovers when you are obese with jacked up teeth? Entitlement she has is crazy. And once again, they didn't call this out either. Abba and Preach got it wrong. They kept blasting her for being overweight, for being obese, when in reality the biggest criticism should have been this, her attitude. Hamoudi is her looks match. She should just get on Tinder and match with one of the millions of average oofy doofy men orbiting her, but she refuses to do so, cause she thinks she's too good for men on Tinder. Like, Hamoudi is her looks match, guys. If she only puts the minimal effort, she could date someone much better looking than Hamoudi, especially if she's not fixated on dating a white dude, right? A lot of ripped, muscled, above average ethnic dudes would love to date her. I talk to these guys, dedicated their lives to looks maxing and money maxing. Then I look at the girls they crush on, basic white girls, Her looks match is Hamoudi, but she can date much better men, especially ethnic men. But even that is not enough. I want you to understand this. Even men who mock Hamudi are seen as leftovers by sub-average looking women. If a man says what she just said, they would bury him under a prison. Abe and Preach would immediately call him toxic and entitled. The double standards are crazy, bro. If I said half of that, the special forces would raid my house. The city attorney general himself would prepare a 600-page indictment against me. Like, you so much as say you didn't like the Barbie movie, a black van pulls up and you are being taken to a black site to be never heard of again.
And that feels really fucking good also. Literally no amount of self-love will replace what a romantic relationship can do for people.
Oh, sweetie, how can you expect someone else to love you when you don't even love yourself? People can sense this bitterness you have. That is why you don't attract people. This bitterness, this negative energy you have. Oh, wait, it is a woman saying that, so my bad. Dude, it's like, if I said this, it would be all, oh, bro, Rehab, it is your negative attitude, dude. How can you love someone else when you don't even love yourself? It is this negative energy you have, dude. You creep women out with your negative vibes, bro. Oh, Rehab, bro, it is your accent, dude. I love this one. Oh, Rehab, bro, it is your accent. Your accent creeps women out. You don't even know how I talk in real life to women. I don't live in an Anglophone country, bro. I am not talking about lookism content to females or to anyone in real life. The gaslight is crazy, man.
That's an inconvenient, sad truth that I feel like no one on this app really wants to accept. They just want to shove self-love down your fucking throat and individualism down your throat until you are so sick and tired of it that you come on this app, like I'm doing right now, and ranting about it. I just would love for a man to see me as the person that I really am, rather than what I can provide for him.
But do you see men as the person they are? Do you judge them based on their personality? Or do you call them leftovers?
Because I realize that's why a lot of women are in romantic relationships and partnerships with men, is that they have this currency that they can provide for men, this social status. And because I'm not skinny, I can't give that to them. So
okay, just to be clear, most of these dudes are not with skinny women because it's social currency. They're just with these skinny broads because they just find them more attractive.
As they type.
Again, Aba and Preach is correct, but boringly correct. Half-truth. Because yes, men date those women, date those females, not because of the social status, but because they are simply more attractive, right? But this lookism aspect is not cause of her problem. Her insufferable standards are. Dude, the looks threshold for women is much lower these days. Men will date anything. The reason why she's single is because 1, she isn't even on Tinder, she isn't even trying. 2, she's categorizing men who probably mock him in looks and in accomplishments and, everything else as leftovers. So many of you send me pictures, man. Like 95% of you mock her to the outer space, but she would call nearly all of them leftovers. If you showed her those pictures, your pictures, guys with single-digit body fat, already soft looks maxed, many of them already have at least one looks maxing surgery, she would say, who is this loser? This is brutal, man. When you are not enough, even for her. Like, if you asked her, what is your biggest accomplishment in life? To be this confident, she won't be saying stuff like, oh, dude, I have no time to exercise. I am running a business. I am feeding 10 families. 10 families are dependent on my work, on my performance. I don't have no time to work out. She won't be saying that. But she has the confidence and entitlement of a man who's feeding 10 families. That is the comedy. Aba and Preach basically keep rambling about her lifestyle and weight, which is cheap comment. Technically true, but boring. Boring aspect of man valuing looks and virtue of eating healthy. Everybody already knows that, bro. Women, females, on the other hand, are raised with Barbie toys. They know that looks are so important. They know that looks are everything. Aba and Preach hammer this point over and over again, basically criticizing her weight as the main point of her loneliness.
They don't take the time to see me as a real person and to get to know me as a real person.
Because they can't your personality. And most people want a romantic partner they want to If they don't find you hot, they're not trying to find out what kind of shit you writing up in your diary.
I wonder how she treats ugly men in real life. I would love to see that. Or even average looking men, not even ugly men.
That loser sitting on Reddit for 23 hours a day with Cheetah dust and empty Mountain Dew cans all around them. And it just has a real stank smell that is involved with these people. I'm just going to paint you an image, and like the fedora's a little crusty, and the beard, the neck beard is strong, but the facial hair is weak. And there's a bald spot in the back, and you can just see the fedora just hanging on for dear life. And he's sitting there muttering under his breath about how, like, Jessica Alba's ugly.
I have shown this as life difficulty levels before, but I will admit this isn't 100% accurate. The truth is, the best looking men, the best looking tall men are in a class of their own. At the top isn't a blonde hottie, but a bona fide 9 out of 10 tall man. They are like the top predator in a land of predators. But the reason why I didn't include men at the top is because it is much easier to be considered 8 out of 10 as a woman than as a man. Literally, like, if you are a woman who is thin and white, you are already halfway there to be considered as Stacy by the vast majority of men. It is much easier. But see, to be a 9 out of 10 male, you basically gotta be a unicorn. But once you have that kind of looks, I strongly believe that you are better off. That it is better than being a 9 out of 10 woman. You will get all the validation, all the money, all the privilege, and with more respect and power along with it. But it is also a fact that it is much easier to be considered an 8 out of 10 as a woman. Just to underline this point once again, I am not talking about simply 7 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 men. A lot of men like to believe that they are that guy, when they simply are not. The dude may be a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10, but believes he's that guy. Oh bro, I am 8 out of 10 and I see Becky's having it better than me. That is because you are not a legitimate 8. Who told you that?
Are you waiting for somebody to
Here's
do...
the thing. Here's the thing, Steve, man. I respect your philosophy on it, but you gotta realize I view myself as a boss. I viewed myself as a boss.
Wait, stop,
I viewed myself as a
whoa, wait, a boss. Wait, what do you mean a boss?
Like a wrestler. When I hit the streets mean. I hit the streets clean.
Whoa,
you don't
sir.
even know, man.
Wait,
but the
sir,
thing is,
sir.
these hoes still don't like me.
Sir, wait a second. Who said you wait, sir. You're scared of women and you're telling me you walk like a boss? What are you talking about, dog? You're scared of women. Hold on, wait. Look, dog, I don't want to push you out. Listen, I just want to be honest.
I'm demoralized because what I've done hasn't been working.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I didn't say scared of them.
Wait. No, you.
But I am
hold on.
scared as well.
Thank you. And see, now we made headway.
If I'm being real, then yes, you can say I'm scared.
Thank you. Well, fuck. Now
I'm just saying, if you've seen me,
no, I don't care how
you would be like, oh, look at this dude, man. I got to get out the way. You know
no, I don't want to see.
mean?
See, stop.
Oh bro, I am 8 out of 10 and let me tell you, the average Becky has it better than me. No, you are not. You are not 8 out of 10. If you were a legitimate 8, you wouldn't utter those words. If you gave me the choice to create my own looks, like a video game character customization, I can choose however I wanna look in a great detail. I would start the game with a male character. The importance and brutality of Mog is much more pronounced among the males of the species. Bateman's principle. The standard deviation is greater in males than in females. When it comes to mating ability, when it comes to intelligence and more, it is truly a mog or get mogged world, man. Not even only humans, but in nature in general. Just a vicious life. In nature, the mog never stops. The other day I saw this clip, a jaguar mogging the hell out of that crocodile, man. Life is exactly like that. As a sub-8, you are never in the clear. Even if you feel confident, even when you are feeling strong, even when you are considered a top predator like that crocodile. Imagine being that crocodile. You are swimming, squinting your eyes, and all of a sudden a jaguar falls from the sky at your noggin. The BP comes at you fast in life. It comes at you like that jaguar. Fast, when you least expect it, from where you expect it the least. That croc was probably like, dude, who can mug me? I am literally in the water. I am a top predator. Everybody fears me around here. I don't run. I make others run.
I got this. I'm out here. Like, what are you talking about?
And all of a sudden, from the sky falls down a jaguar. Brutal stuff, bro. Life is exactly like that. One day you are feeling on top of things, and the next, a jaguar falls from the sky on top of your noggin. Like that Max Payne line, no matter how long you work, no matter how hard you try to get to the top, you can fall back down in an instant. The Reaper comes at you fast. Brutal stuff, bro.
That's when we did what we had to do. We did our thing,
Yeah.
Okay, one of the two main takeaways of this week's video. One, understanding that women are just as visual, if not more, than men. This is very important, guys. Understanding this is very important. Because the contrary is such a default line of thinking that people assume true without even questioning it. I am not even talking about normies, but even in the manosphere, even for a sizable portion of the BP community, this is a controversial take. They don't agree with it. Of course, this is not to say men are not visual, by the way. Do not cope and say that. We are also visual. Nearly as much as women. It might seem as if we don't for two reasons. One, we rate the average looking woman as attractive and f***able. Men biologically have higher libido. And two, second, sheer amount of hypergamy. Loneliness breaks men, so men have to lower their standards. That is the reason why it might look as if men don't care about looks, but we do. We also do. Anyone who says, oh bro, I care about my girl, knowing about the Second World War rather than her being beautiful is just coping. But I don't need to emphasize this because this is already known. People already think men are visual creatures. The vast majority of people do, at least. Another reason why this is important is because most men are not looks maxed. Because they don't understand this. Women grow up knowing about this, about the importance of their looks. They are raised with Barbies. This is one of the important fundamentals, that men in fact are not more visual than women. It is just in the past females needed men's resources, so they had to tolerate the oofy-doofy, In the past they had to tolerate some garbage bag oofy-doofy touching them for food and shelter. And to some degree they still need men's resources, even if it is an emotional resource, So what do? They go date some oofy-doofy, begrudgingly, and tolerate that man touching her once or twice a month to keep the oofy in the relationship. But always remember, women rate 80% of men as below average. What you consider average looking, women see that dude as ugly. Understand that. And another thing, guys, don't be like, oh, it is 100% beta box at every single couple you see. Don't do that, bro. In some cases, it is just the safety of a relationship. It is about emotional safety, even if she's making as much money as him. Cause she knows the oofy is a pitiful being. Sometimes women just need the comfort of a relationship, safety and comfort of dating an oofy-doofy. There are some women, many women in fact, thinking, you know what, at this stage of my life, I would rather marry some subpar looking oofy-doofy who will just stay loyal to me. All my youth, what did I do? I let tall and good-looking men run through me, and none of them committed. They all cheated on me. It is time to grow up, man, It is time to move on and marry some oofy-doofy. At least he's gonna stay loyal, What he's gonna do? Leave me? He will go back to watching Hammerhand videos. So they want the safety that comes with... Women want safety that comes with being in a relationship with oofy-doofies. Some oofy-doofy who has his life together. And you know what that means, what the term means, having your life together. You will remember Bob's example. His own minimum wage wife can't stand him, was blasting him about the toilet seat. When you're an oofy-doofy, how you walk, how you eat is gonna rub her the wrong way.
She was probably, I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud, honey? He's like, breathe quietly.
And now the second main takeaway. This is less controversial but just as important. Women feel absolutely nothing for the average man. This is another thing many men don't get. They act like women see the average man how they see the average woman. It couldn't be any further from the truth. Women feel absolutely nothing for the oofy-doofy, and I don't blame them, honestly. Dude, I can't stand these guys. Imagine being married to them. No matter how much society lies, oh, women don't care about men's bodies and men's faces. In reality, they are just as shallow, if not more.
It's where the most beautiful girls get asked by the worst dudes to prom, and they're like, yeah, because they finally found someone that likes them. Why is every pretty girl with a horrible looking man? I don't understand. Listen, I'm not shaming people for their looks, but I am, though. You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. I swear to God. Because they got a hot girl, they can be horrible. Like, you're still ugly, though.
You are gonna remember those two different Billie Eilish quotes. In one, she was blasting ugly men, but in another, she claims women aren't as visual. She was like, ugly men should be buried under a prison. And in the next, she's like, oh, we are nice. We don't judge men based on their looks. We see them as the person they are. They lack self-awareness, bro. They can't even be honest with themselves. And of course, this is such a common notion that is accepted without being questioned. You will see plenty of examples of this. You know, people will jump at examples of this, cherry-picked examples of this. Will never give up guy. A case loved by gaslighters. They love his example with a passion. He's like the poster child for all the normies who say, looks aren't everything, man, you know. Women aren't like men. To them, looks aren't everything. It is your attitude, bro. It is about how you present yourself as a man. My sister told me that. When I had started college, I had mentioned to her about my looks, about my height not being great. And she straight up said, oh dude, such a self-crippling mentality. For men, it is about how you present yourself, how you carry yourself. You know, something translates to that. They don't introspect about their dating behavior and mate selection. And then you have uninitiated oofy-doofies who believe that too, who fall for that line of logic. And they go humiliate themselves, following some cringy PUA like yet. I literally just saw you. What does that even mean? I literally just saw you. Like, okay, you saw me, then what? Or even worse, they get married and lose half of their money, half of their stuff in divorce courts. Guys, before I end this, I know there will be some comments saying, oh bro, what you are talking about is obvious, when it is anything but obvious. Bro, like, forget about those NPCs outside, or other parts of the manosphere. Even in this part of the town, these 2 points I have just mentioned aren't that well accepted. I will see you in the next one.